Sup nerds and welcome to Versebound. This is a bullet heaven roguelike based on Finnish mythology. That's right, this is Finnish mythological vampire survivors. I have seen this played, I've never played it myself. This came out in the Next Fest demo last month, and I'm excited to give this a try. It's really a beautiful cinematic game and it's based off of the Kalevala, which is the book of Finnish mythology that was put together in, I want to say, the 14th century, a little after Christianity had started spreading in Finland, just trying to preserve some of the myths. For centuries now, the voice always changes, so your tragic fate stays the same. So I don't know a lot about Finnish myth, but I've mentioned Finland on this channel a few times, Torille, but it's just a culture I find fascinating in so many ways. And anything preserving old beliefs, especially less well known ones, I want to support and get some attention to. And the Finnish beliefs are so very different from everything. Having a culture that is completely separated from Indo European traditions, you can really see where the crossovers happen, but also what was wholly original to them. Anyway, we're going to move on into picking our weapons. Now, the knife is what we start with. We could work on maxing it out, but this is a lot like Vampire Survivors. This first row is the weapons we're going to pick up. The second row are the secondary support items that we'll get, but we'll get those in a different way. We won't get those through level ups. I'm going to pick the Hammers of Ilmarinen. They fall from the sky, hitting random enemies. These are going to basically be like lightning in Vampire Survivors. There's a lot of direct influence. But among the voices, a new one beckoned, offered a challenge. I also think this game is gorgeous. So I've got Mighty Leap as a skill. That's a neat change. And then these are how we get our secondaries. We have to stand near a stone until this bar fills, and when it fills, we're awarded one of these poems. Hardens well his feathered arrows and imparts to each new virtues, steeps them in the blood of serpents, in the virus of the adder. I am fairly certain that a lot of this text is directly taken from a translation of the Kalevala, which I love. It's beautiful language. Whoever translated or whatever translation they chose really did a great job. So we're going to have more crit chance, basically, and our weapons deal a little more damage as we up that. So we can pause, see our gear. 6 and 6. As we level, we start improving things. We know that deal. There is a time limit. Challenge the gods, conquer life and death, earn brief respite. I didn't read all of it. Oh well. So we've got lingonberries to mend our wounds, go well with moose, and make a nice jam on the side, as things are supposed to be. We'll free this tontu here. We will not go unchallenged. They want you to struggle. The question is, will you prevail? And we'll just do our best here as things start going a little wild. Hammers falling down like lightning will always be something I love to see. But yeah, this is a lot. I don't have a lot of buffs. I don't have a lot of weapons or movement speed yet. I'll try to do what I can. I don't have a lot of hope at this point. I need more weapons. The pike jawbone works kind of like the cross does, and that just goes out and then comes back. Yeah, the bullet heaven genre has had a lot of innovation ever since the first Vampire Survivors came out. We need more just raw damage, controllable. And I love seeing that. It's cool having seen this genre basically be born. Alright, we died. We couldn't make it through that. It's kind of a scripted death. But this, giving lore, presenting this is a great way, in my opinion, for this to work. So here we go. That's the Tontu we saved out there in, what could this hut be in Finnish lore? A hut by a river with steam coming out the top. Why yes, it's a sauna. So we've got the Tontum Talo. Hey, I collect rumors and lore of the beasties you encounter. Bring me knowledge and I'll reward in turn. So we learn about the sauna Tonto. Me, I'm the caretaker of the sauna. I keep it clean and its users safe if shown proper respect and reverence. The last owner was always drunk, rowdy, and rude to me, so I let the sauna burn down. Got the little birch branch that's traditional. Love seeing that. So that's our bestiary. Bestiary? Bestiary? I think it's bestiary. We've got little bits of stuff over here. We've got a blacksmith. Get a feel for Tapiola, then we'll talk. I think Tapiola is this forest. So with nothing else to interact with, carvings on the tree though unreadable, time to go back out into the forest. We'll go into Tapiola again. I think the rest is going to come with the full release of the game. But for now, vales, fens, and uplands are the mansion of Tapio, sable-bearded god of woodlands, golden lord of Northland Forest. Tapiola. Okay, so Tapio's forest, presumably. I don't remember what law translates to. Maybe place. Mighty Tapio, be gracious. Let me wander through thy forest where the wild moose herds in numbers, where the bounding reindeer lingers. And we're in. Now, what's interesting about this game is these maps are not procedurally generated. What's here is what will always be here. We have this little thing. This is going to be where we do our weapon upgrades in time once we've maxed out a weapon, the evolutions, basically. So, for now, we'll just gather some experience, try not to take too much damage early on. My god. And we'll just wander around and explore some. Ryloaf, this is like the books, the Bible, but we're using bread because why? What else would you use? A book. We'll get the Mother's Tears, which are sort of like the holy water, but already trailing just behind like that. That will be very good for this early phase. Woohoo! I'm taking a lot of damage. We'll grab the pike jawbone. I want a few levels of different things. I want to fill out and then focus on one if at all possible. I like the bow. Bow will give some directional movement. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard. I don't know if it's really the best for that situation, but for cases like this where I'm trying to move through, lingonberry to heal up, get a little jam on the side, as is appropriate with most Nordic dishes. So we'll head up towards this marker, which is a nice secondary. Just try to stay safe for a moment. Alright, a little more damage and some stronger knockback. Both of those are going to be very useful. And if we're looking for an upgrade, I think getting the knife stronger first is not a terrible idea, because I can control where the knife goes out with my mouse, and that will help keep a lot of this manageable. We're going to go around this side here. Need to not worry too much about some of the XP I'm leaving behind. That always comes back in either a magnet or historically a regiment. Ah, we've got a moose. Nope. So trick with the moose, wait until it charges, and then start migrating, basically. Use a jump to get out of its way. More durability on the Ryloaf seems good. Yeah. Bigger knife is also good, goes more often. I need more close defenses. I also need more food pretty desperately. We're just going to keep trying to get some distance from this moose. That's an angry looking moose there. Lingonberry. Thank you. Ah, you got me. Okay, I like the hammers a lot. So that's our 6 weapons. Pretty decent spread. I don't know if there's combinations, anything like that, but At least for the first evolutions, we don't need that. We just need to max things out. And I'm just going to keep going this direction and getting some space and trying to live. Got another poem there that we can try to get at some point. Ooh, that's gold. What's that? That's immunity. Okay. Take advantage of that. It's fading already. Moose, obviously, very healthy creature. I think having this up and giving more slow is better for me. So yeah, just a matter of basic vampire survival mechanics. Survive, beat things up, try to live. And I failed. So that's our first run. Never claimed I was good at this. So Blacksmith wants to talk. So the forge fires flare, the sauna smoke intensifies, new information to share. Death is normal in games like these. We'll be getting some buffs with that. Not planning on doing too many runs, just enough to really get a sense of what this game is out there. Missing what I think that's a blacksmith. So the Kermes, the snakes. In exchange for first milk and good treatment, a snake could become the protector of your homeyard and cattle. Betraying this pact or killing the snake would curse your cattle and turn their milk to blood. The Lievo. Witches and seers often employ snakes and crows as helpers. Besides running their errands and stealing riches for the magician, the animal can carry the sage's soul around when they're in trance. So we get a little bit of lore, of mythical interpretations of these creatures. The Tonto, which are essentially gnomes. Tiny and impish fays who often live alongside humans in their homes, saunas, or mills. Good behavior and appropriate gifts are in order wherever a Tonto lives, unless you want them causing ruckus and mischief. And the forest versions, which have been driven out and are very angry now. So, yeah, just some basic bits and pieces of lore. Well, with all that information, we can head over to the blacksmith now. Who is Ilmarinen. I'm Ilmarinen, but you already know that. Besides letting you bunk here, I can smith you trial stones and artifacts. But before that, I suggest you get familiar with the carvings on that tree. They will end up recording your story. So, we'll go to the carving on the tree. It's over here. Fate of Kullervo. Kullervo, young wizard of fierce temper, born a war slave, hated and feared by all for his powers. Doomed to find his lost family, only to bring them misery. Gripping his knife tight, this all he sets off to prevent, so I need to imbue a weapon at the stone altar for the next part of the story. Alright, I've looked at the trait. You lost boy, do what the tree asks. To imbue a weapon has to be at its maximum level. I'll also need Vaki to sacrifice at the altar to succeed. So let's go out there and get some Vaki. Probably need some more fry in my voice. Not that I don't have plenty. Mighty Tapio would be gracious. Let me, where the wild moose herds in numbers, where the bounding reindeer lingers. Alright, so that's the weapon upgrade stone. Try to focus up a bit on it this time, on not just dying immediately. I liked Vampire Survivors a lot until I got to a point where it just stopped kind of feeling like a challenge. There's certain I wouldn't call them exploits. They're like intended game mechanics, but you can essentially get infinite boosts. It's sort of like the alchemy case back in Morrowind when that was a thing. I'm just gonna keep upgrading the hammer for now. Easy way to get more kills and get some easy early XP. And I sort of fell off once I made a few OP characters. But like I said, it's exciting seeing new things in the genre. I played a little 20 Days to Die and things like that, which are good. This one caught me immediately with the charm, the style, the visuals, and just the opportunity to learn something new and cool. And I do intend to read the Kalevala soon. Okay, increased crit chance. I like that. Let's get the Pike Jawbone now. Just learning more about some things that I've not learned about. I have been to Helsinki. I liked it a lot. Didn't spend much time there, just a day trip on my back from Germany, which is where my family is. I've seen I have a lot of German viewers. Hello. Poem of Ino, imbued by this poem, your attacks now have reduced cooldown time. Hey, that's really nice. Thank you, Vino. Okay, we have like a triple Tontu stack going on here. Quadruple, quadruple. Don't know how to feel about that, but it's there. Let's get that experience. Try not to walk around in circles too much. That's where I got in trouble last time. Let's go and get the Ryloves. Trying to show off some more of the weapons and such too, but you know, I want to also live long enough to do something with them and get some of the upgrades going. This should help. Let's get the bear trap just for showing it. Bear trap just leaves bear traps behind me periodically, which hurt and stun enemies as you would expect them to. You can see it take effect there. Now take less damage. I love that. I love everything about that. On we go. Just trying to get this experience that was left behind. Too much to give up on. A few more upgrades and I should be able to manage some of this stuff a bit better. More hammers is really going to clear out the field, the density, give me more paths. I'll probably just max out hammers first this time through. At this point. Hey, is the big one dead? Looks like it. Alright. We'll do some more Mother's Tears. I'll work on getting some defensive stuff soon. Keep upping the hammer right now, since I have all my weapons. I got a White Current. That's going to be useful going forward. That is a meta progression currency. More bear traps. Keep an escape path behind me a little better. I think I do want to upgrade the knife soon, but we can see just how much the hammers are killing now, and how much that's helping me out already. These white ones are magnets. Let's upgrade the knife, just so I have some directed attack that I can use. Doubling the tiers and increasing slow doesn't seem bad either, but I think just stick with the knife. Get a huge range on. Oh, hey, weird little guy. What are you about? Okay. So that's our next elite that we have to deal with right there. I'll just guide him over the bear traps. Hey, weirdo. I don't know what those are. I don't know if I like them. But they oh, got confused when I killed that. Okay, got some lingonberry. Cool. Alright, we'll keep pushing on to our next secondary upgrade down here. Arrows are kind of helping guide me to those. I'll leave that lingonberry. I'm at full health. Alright, max out the hammers. Can kind of tell what level it's going to be just by the sigils around it. When we see the wings and everything, we know that it's pretty good, and we can see it's pretty good right now, clearing out a lot of this stuff before I even have to think about it. Like, nothing's really getting close. Okay, passively gain experience. I will absolutely take that. Don't know what happens when you max out experience in this one. Maybe that's something we'll get to see. That's a lot of experience I didn't want to leave behind. I think getting more Ryloaf or... yeah, Ryloaf or Knife is what I was going to say, so we'll just keep bumping up the Ryloaf. Just for close range or medium range clearance. Only issue with the hammer is it's random when it's going to hit, so it can be hard to find what we need. Alright, we have our little butterfly shrine down here. This is going to be a random event. We can trigger it. Well, I say random. It's an event. So we have to catch all the butterflies, which basically just means find them and hang out next to them for a moment. Got that one. More weapon cooldown, please and thank you. Weapon cooldown is historically always one of my favorite things in this type of game, just because it benefits everything, and really is just a straight DPS increase. The more you do, the better off you are. Well, oh, ran out of time for the trial. I thought I was doing better than that. Oh well. Keep up the Ryloaf. Yeah. Okay, we're starting to get a lot out now. The hammers, unfortunately, aren't going to be as useful with it getting like this. I just need to get out of this area. Oh my god. Now is when I would really want some Mother's Tears upgraded, but... you know, I'm okay having what I have. Let's keep getting the knife up so I can carve my way out easier. A moose is also complicating things a bit. I see you, buddy. Okay, we're getting into horned fuzzy guys, ghost things. I'm in trouble. Lingonberry, give me. Thank you. Just trying to get some distance from the clutch. More weapon cooldown, I think. Yeah. Give me that. Thank you. And off I go. I have like 1 hit point. Oh god. Ghosts don't get knocked back. That's pickup range over there. That... oh, I jumped into ghosts. Okay. Well, I was not worthy. Unfortunate. So on the smoke intensifies, some new information to share, and I got a white current. So we'll return to the hub, and I'll show that off, and then we'll do one more run after that. So what did we learn about? We learned about the Hisi, ancient denizens that are known to steal unwashed children in the night. Okay. Then we have the Lempo, which are female Hisi. Okay. Cause chaos in love life. Interesting. Bog pond, so nearby swamp spreads to the edge of the yard. The Tower of Tontu. Yeah. Okay. One that declares itself the leader. Oh, that's adorable. Okay. Can I use the white currents yet? Nope. I have to imbue a thing first. Sim from the future here, I just wanted to say that no, the upgrade menu with white currents is just in the pause menu, so could have bumped up weapon damage, max HP. You see the breakdown here. What about the swamp here? Fetid bog without bugs is unnatural. Alright, we'll do one more run, see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, I see. Down there in the bottom left, we can see how many of the runes we have to upgrade weapons. I was heading back towards the stone going that way, but obviously didn't make it in time. Alright, let's immediately get the rye loaf. And I really like the Mother Spheres just for keeping a little space, especially early game. The slow is so nice and so useful, but I do think focusing on upgrading the rye loaf might be the way to go, at least early on. Give myself a little bit of a protective wall, you know? Oh, immunity, okay. Thought I saw something in there. I do still like the hammers. I just think that without getting the permanent upgrade, they just weren't keeping up compared to everything else. Probably should have looked at the DPS breakdown a little closer than I did. Yeah, I'm going to try to just focus on getting a few things upgraded a lot instead of spreading out my weapons this time. See if that works a little better. Okay, passive experience, very good. I heard a wolf. I don't know if I like that. Mother Sears. Oh, it's that guy. Okay, it's a big Heathsy. I think that was the word, Heathsy. Honestly, though, he's just kind of chasing me in a very silly way. So, do I mind him? I don't know that I mind him. It's taking more and more damage, too. Can see the red getting a little deeper. Oh yeah, more Mother's Tears. Let's do that. Yeah, he's not doing well, is he? Good. This build seems to be working out a bit better for me. And there he goes. More experience gain seems nice, just for more levels. If I want to buff that, I should do it early. Okay. And again. This gives me functionally free levels in time. Okay, keep getting these. I think it's time to move on, except that I'll get these others when I have a magnet. We're still going to keep focusing the experience gain just for now. Like, that bar's filling up quickly now. Okay, we have this boulder here. This is another mini challenge like the butterflies were. Ooh, I've got myself into a bad spot there. Okay, magnet, excellent. Let's get more arrows or more hammers coming out. I said I wanted to focus on the rye loaf this time. Let's do that. We'll grab this, just sort of rush up to the rock, interact with it. It just needs to be pushed. Max out the Poem of Ulpi. Oh, blinded. What's that about? Oh no. Okay, I see it. I see the ghost. Try to push the rock a little bit more, and it's done. And our Mighty Leap has now been upgraded, deals percentage damage on enemies when landing. So, excellent. We've got some lingonberries over here if we need it. Until then, we're just doing damage to whatever we can that's in the fog there. Mother's Tears will help with that. I'm really liking the strategy of just picking a few and leveling those up at first. I could probably grab another weapon at this point, but like, look at how much our Rylobes are doing. And our Mother's Tear just passively kind of around us. This seems to be going a lot better for me. Right. Well, I could max this out. Let's max that out. Just do a ton of damage with it. And, you know, it'll be a potential thing to get upgraded. I'd love to see what the Mother's Tears look like upgraded. So there is a boss in that fog that's been blinding me. That's what I'm kind of trying to deal with. Okay, got my heal. Hammer next. I do need to pick my next weapon soon. I'm about to max out on these, and I don't want to get stuck in a position where I don't have a weapon to pick from. We can see just this passive damage is doing a number on a lot of these guys at this point. Oh, I got my Vaki. I think we killed the ghost lady. Between these three, I prefer the pike jawbone, and that probably would have been what I get next. Like, early, it sucks. Once it's leveled quite a bit, it's going to be a huge portion of our damage. We'll head up here, and we'll try to get back to the upgrade stone. Let's get around this. Drop some Mother's Tears around to keep me protected. Go back and forth with the Rye. Watch out for the Moose. More experience from experience orbs is fantastic. Let's upgrade the Rye. Force everything to run through my trail of bad. Hop across. Grab some of this and the health. Max out the Ryloaf. Excellent. And we can just see how much more damage that's doing now and giving me some breathing room, honestly, which has been what I've always been lacking these last few runs. Moose is taking a lot of damage. Hammer. Keep the AoE damage up. This is almost dead. It's glowing a very deep shade of red now. And there it goes. Alright, let's keep upgrading the jawbone. And XP from orbs. Again, that's one that's gonna, the earlier we get it, the more it'll benefit, so long as we can stay alive. Which, we're doing a lot better at that this time, admittedly. There's some magnet. More XP from orbs. More XP from orbs. There we go. We'll get the knife next. I'm not sure between the bow and the bear trap which I want. We'll get the jawbone. Probably the bear trap, honestly. Get the jawbone up more. Oh yeah, look at all those jawbones coming out now. Okay. The Rye is clearing up the space around us. Those that are getting through are getting beaten by the Mother's Tears. Pike jawbone. Nice. Alright. Need to head to the stone upgrade. And get our first evolution. So, I have 3 choices here. I have the Rye, or 4 choices. I have Rye, Tears, Hammer, or Jawbone. I think I want to do the Tears. I want to see what happens with that. So, Ati's forces. Tidal waves surge forth, crushing and knocking back enemies. He's also going to keep the floors clean for Alan. To and fro among the billows, with a crashing roar of waters, falls upon the very bottom of the deep and boundless blue sea. So, aha! behind us, we're going to have waves coming out. Okay. Interesting. Not a lingering effect, but a powerful one, it looks like. Get this poem maxed out. We've got another boss coming up there. That's fine. Got some lingonberries. Gonna head towards that symbol that's trying to get me up there. Oh, take all sorts of fire damage on my way because I lost visual tracking of what I was doing. Great. Good start. Yeah, with me losing some protection behind me, I think getting the bear trap's the right way to go. And this is some form of heal, which obviously I desperately need. Get me those lingonberries. Passively regenerate health. Fantastic. Okay. Staying close enough to hurt him. Try not to... Okay, he's at the exact range of more health regen. That's my only hope. I don't think... Ah! Oh well. I got a weapon upgraded. That was our real goal that run. Song of Smoke intensifies. Some more information. The Sacred Tree unlocks an artifact slot now. So we'll return to the hub. Wasn't always like this. He was once the son of a giant. Nothing but a scorned murderer now. An eternal cautionary tale of abusive upbringing. How his blood boils. The knife burns in his hand. So we have artifacts here. They might not be open in the demo, but they exist as a thing now. And seem like they're here for meta progression. So do what the tree asks to unlock artifact slots. Equip artifacts by clicking on said slots at the tree. Do my tasks to get trial stones. Complete trials to unlock their artifacts. As for my first test, you perform 3 rituals in Tapiola. Those must be like the butterflies, the stone, things like that. Off you go now. And over here at the sauna, we've got a few different things. We got Ilmarinen unlocked. Greatest blacksmith known to man, made the Dome of Heaven ensemble. Awful luck with women. Tragedy what's happened to his wife. Wonder what he's been promised in exchange for helping you. The Moose of Hisi. Countless hunters have been challenged to catch this horned beast of legend for reasons unknown to it. Tired of running, and with the promise of peaceful existence ringing in his ears, the Moose of Hisi has turned its antlers toward you. And then the Hisi mother, that big one. Furious about me hurting her young. Anyway, we can see there's a lot of things. The Usvatar, the Kakiainen. We unlocked the wine press, apparently. Squeezes extra power off of berries when equipped. That's nice. So we got our first artifact. And yeah, you can kind of get a sense of the meta progression of the game. The white berries that I got can be spent at the blacksmith in time to keep things going. Interesting. Water, artifact press. There's probably some more artifacts going on here. And just get general stat upgrades, but that's the core of this game. I think, like I said, it's a really cool story. Yeah, we'll absolutely equip that. And as you progress more and more, I'm sure more and more of this world will be unlocked. I'm going to go ahead and end this here for now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.